This is Tyrone Bowman tonight. Earlier today, President Joe Biden hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House. They had a private conversation today after the president had a conversation with the Prime Minister of Israel. Vice President Kamala Harris also met with him. According to NBC News, Vice President Kamala Harris said Thursday that she had a frank and constructive meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House that included her concerns about the humanitarian situation in Gaza and the need to finalize a ceasefire deal. What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating, Harris told reporters after the meeting. We cannot look away in the face of these tragedies. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent. Harris said she would always ensure Israel's ability to defend itself and pointed to what she described as a hopeful movement in talks to secure a ceasefire. She said she told the Prime Minister during their meeting that it is time to get this deal done. Let's get the deal done so we can get a ceasefire to end the war. Let's bring the hostages home, and let's provide much needed relief to the Palestinian people. And ultimately, I remain committed to a path forward that can lead to a two-state nation, Harris said. She did not take any questions from reporters after giving her remarks. Netanyahu's office posted on X about the meeting, which included a photo of the two leaders shaking hands at the White House. The Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. did not immediately respond to a request for comment Thursday night on the meeting. The sit-down took on higher stakes amid the 2024 election shakeup. As Harris runs for president following President Joe Biden's decision to withdraw from the race, Harris missed Netanyahu's speech before a joint meeting of Congress on Wednesday because of a previously scheduled event in Annapolis. Typically, the vice president presides over joint addresses. Hours earlier, Biden hosted the Israeli leader in the Oval Office for a bilateral meeting, and the two leaders met for roughly an hour with families of American hostages held hostage in Gaza. Speaking to reporters in the Oval Office before the meeting, Netanyahu had thanked Biden for his 50 years of public service and his support of the state of Israel. Mr. President, we've known each other for 40 years, and you've known every Israeli prime minister for 50 years from Goldie Meir. So from a proud Jewish Zionist to a proud Irish American Zionist, I want to thank you for 50 years of public service and for 50 years of support for the state of Israel, Netanyahu said. Biden offered only a few words in response before the media left, recalling meeting with Meir and joking that he was only 12 when it happened. Rachel Goldberg Poland, whose son Hirsch Goldberg Poland is among an estimated 120 hostages held by Hamas after its terrorist attack on October 7th, told reporters after meeting with the two leaders that she thinks Biden's decision to step aside in the 2024 election allows him to be laser focused on bringing the hostages home. I think that having to worry about all the things surrounding a re-election allows him the freedom to focus on this, and we wish him Godspeed in that task, Goldberg said. Jonathan Dekel Chen, the father of another hostage, Segui Dekel Chen, said their families obtained an absolute commitment from Biden and Netanyahu that they understand the urgency of this moment now to waste no time and to complete this deal as it currently stands, with as little change as humanly possible within it. Thursday marked the first time Biden and Netanyahu have met in person since Biden visited Israel shortly after October 7. A senior administration official told reporters Wednesday that Biden planned to discuss his ironclad commitment to Israel's security, the very serious threats from Iran and from Iranian proxy and terrorist groups including Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. The officials said the two leaders were expected to speak in depth about developments in Gaza, including efforts to reach a ceasefire agreement and the humanitarian crisis. The administration believes that the deal is in the closing stages, and it's reaching a point that we believe a deal is closable, and it's time to move to close that agreement, the official said. The White House has not published a readout of the Biden-Netanyahu meeting. Harris has been engaged on the Israeli-Gaza conflict for the last 10 months, the same official said, including participating in every call with Netanyahu, as well as crucial meetings like those with hostage families. During a briefing Thursday, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told reporters that Biden was working with Netanyahu to fill gaps tied to striking a ceasefire deal. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is an ongoing developing story, and I will keep it updated as updates are made available. But for now, thank you for watching. Never surrender, never quit.